Hey, what is up, everyone? It's Rich. All right, welcome to the video. This is going to be badass. So last night, well, my goal every night is to always study a little bit. So even if I'm totally wiped out, I'm just about to go to bed, I usually will try to like look at art for about 15 or 20 minutes, and it can be random. I don't really have an agenda with it. I just kind of hop around. Let's see, what have I looked at in the last few nights? I looked at EO by Tim Vigil, which was very crazy. I looked at some Stephen Platt Moon Knight, which was very 90s or late 80s. What else? What else was I looking at? I was gonna look at some Spawn. I wasn't really sure where to start. And anyway, I ended up going like, oh, let's look at some manga. And I ended up checking out Devilman, and I've never read it. And this is Devilman Vs Hades, which, from what I understand, story-wise, is not a great series. It's not very funny, and I guess it's not very well written. But at least that's the reviews that I saw on it. But the art is amazing, and it's by I would assume a group of artists that go by the name Team Moon. From what I gleaned, this was the only thing that they've ever been credited for. I could be wrong with that. Maybe people know, or maybe they know who Team Moon is. I'm getting the info off of YouTube. But anyway, the art was so kick-ass. I really did want to show it, and it's really cool. So I opened up 2 issues, and we can check them out. But man, I thought the art was fantastic, and if it's a single person or a team of people, whoever did it really did a cool job. It's a little dark. I don't think these scans are that awesome quality wise, but you'll get the point. But man, it is some really kick-ass art. It looks like a cool story too. I kind of looked around and was checking out other Devilman art. It's gone through a lot of different iterations, and there's quite a few different series that look like. So this is almost like a reaction video. I have no expertise on the book, but this would be more of a style of art that I would like. Some of the stuff that's a little more simplistic, the stories may be better, but I definitely tend to lean towards something with a little bit more detail. So yeah, stuff is pretty cool. Wish the reproductions were a little better, but beggars can't be choosers. I would definitely pick these up in phone book format though. Like if they did like some sort of, I always call it a master edition, but anything that's slightly oversized and from good reproductions would be great, because this stuff looks very cool. I was talking to a friend of mine this morning about art, and I was saying that one of the things that I like about this type of art is it's not super fussy at times, and I know that it's easy to you know get critical on art, but to me, I actually like it when stuff looks pretty spontaneous, and some drawings are really good and some aren't up to maybe the same level of others. I think that it adds an interesting blend to things, but you can't let stuff drift too much. But at the same time, what I like about sometimes art like this is that from panel to panel and page to page, it can kind of vary in terms of like what they do, and to me, there's a lot of like replay value in that also. So it's a trippy thing because you want the art to be great, but also not predictable. Like if it gets a little too homogenized, that could be boring too. There's just a ton of energy on this stuff. That's what we were saying, is like to us, comics is about energy. And I honestly, was funny is I shot about 20 minutes of a Jay Lee Dark Tower video, and it just was it was a little boring. And I was like, not his art, but just the actual video itself was it was boring me. So I was like, all right, do something else. And I was like, you know what, you were checking out Devilman, you kind of enjoyed it, let's look at more. I haven't seen these pages, I didn't get this far. I looked at maybe 12 pages of the first issue and maybe 5 or 6 of the second, so this is the second issue right now. But yeah, I haven't seen any of these pages. This is cool. This is really nice. This is pretty crazy too. I need to get to Cerebus. Now, speaking of this type of art, even though Dave Sim doesn't draw like this, but it's got that tonal quality to it. So it's always interesting. This is nice. See, it's like it's a little different than the other stuff. Like the hair is more simple and everything isn't so rendered. Oh, I did see this last night. Remember this? That's a really cool little drawing right there. That's really nice. I like his jacket and stuff, and the pose is cool. Devilman, Devilman. I always think of Rob Zombie when I hear the words Devilman. This almost has an old school kind of creepy, eerie feel, like the old horror comics. The way that this has got like a Will Eisner kind of vibe to it. It's sort of funny. That's crazy. What's going on here? Yeah, and this looks like the old like Harris stuff a little bit. There was something that I was looking at last night, and I was tripping out, and I was like, what was it? Oh man, was it the Tim Vigil book? No, it wasn't that. It was something else. Or Tim Truman. I can't remember who did EO. But I saw something, and then I had been looking at another book, and I was like, man, that looks very, very similar. It was weird. I actually wanted to cross-reference. I think I saved them on my phone, the images. So I was like, that's a weird coincidence. Then what you do is I always go and I check the dates. What came out first, you know? It's like, oh, okay, this came out in 86, and this was 89, so maybe this was the order of how it came out. And sometimes it's a coincidence, so, you know. Yeah, I wish I could remember what it was. It was these people in shadows coming off of like a plane, or like a sort of a sci-fi plane, and then they were standing there. Then there was these monsters, and man, I was like, this is right out of this other book. The way it was drawn, not the sequence itself. This is really cool. It was funny because in the Jay Lee video I said this, I go, Jay could do a really good Walking Dead book, and now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like, this Team Moon, they could do a good Walking Dead book. This would be great. I would totally. Oh man, could you imagine how good like a manga style Walking Dead comic would be? Like from maybe like Japan's point of view, like what happened in Japan during the virus. That would be cool. I saw this last night. I remember this page. This is a nice panel. Really, really cool. I like how they like simplify the detail, and there's nothing on the face. And this is cool. It gets like kind of cartoony, but then you can see his hair is very, very simple. Clothes look good. And this is nice. Creatures of the night. This is cool. Oh yeah, I remember this page from last night. It was interesting because the way I was reading it last night, they were stacked. Like you would read down and scroll down, and the page before this and then this panel right here looked great together, and separated it was kind of a bummer, but I know that it wasn't even published that way in the book. But yeah, if you let me I can get out of full screen mode and let me pull this. Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Or, you know what I could do is, I'll go image, canvas size. Only for YouTube do I do stuff like this. Height, let's go 14. Okay, and then let me grab this. Oh, sorry, wait. Let me hide this for a sec. And see, how that work? Yeah, I really liked seeing these two parts together. There was something about this area right here that really, like, it was so creepy seeing this character go up, like, and it's like on this peak, and then you just see all the destruction. I don't know why, it just looked cool to me, especially on my phone. I was looking at it very small, but yeah, I was like, what happened? And then I was like, oh, it's two different pages. There was actually a little black bar right here, though, on the way that I was reading it, too, which actually separated these a little bit. It's funny how those little subtle things, and even the position of the page was a little different. It was a little more centered, but there was a black line, like the top, probably the top of this panel in that scan, that helped it along, too. But yeah, all that stuff matters. I did a review yesterday, and I was showing the person how literally just changing the position of one character made the whole page work. It was crazy because he had a big panel like this, with a character looking this way, and then characters above that were sort of looking straight into the panel a little bit. And man, we turned one character and it was just like the whole page all of a sudden worked. So the little subtle stuff can actually be pretty significant. Okay, we'll go back into full screen mode now. For Devilman fans, what did you guys think of this book? If you had read other Devilman comics and then saw this, did you like the art? Did you like the story? Was it terrible? Let me know what you think. This is a great little shot right here too. Love this character. Looks like something straight out of Hellboy. See, this would be interesting to see Hellboy done like this too. These are my fantasy football comic book combos. It's like, I want to see this person do this book. None of it's ever going to happen, but it's still the dream. Oh yeah, I love this too. This was great. This is so cool. So hopefully there's some people that have never seen this, because I do really think that this is worthwhile checking out. This is great too. Look at the detail on this. I mean, just the drawing in general, and then the use of the zipatone or screen tones on it is actually kind of interesting too. It's just a coincidence that we're doing this. It has nothing to do with me using screen tones, by the way. But like I said, I was looking at all sorts of random stuff. I was going to do Spawn, but like I just could not decide where to start. I wanted to start in the middle or sort of around issue 60 or 70 of Capullo's run. Because I think that's when Capullo really started getting good on Spawn. I thought it got real interesting, and he could actually make that book always feel a little bit unique and not like the same story was kind of happening over and over again. He can draw, you know, a dad and a mom and a baby and make the page look awesome. That's not easy to do. You just zoom in on an eyeball and then have the sucker in the baby's mouth like one panel, and do crazy stuff like that, and all of a sudden it's interesting. This is great. Look at that. And what's nice about this too is this doesn't feel like super you know, just like light boxed. It has a little bit of a unique quality to it where I don't get the impression that they just took a photo and ran like 2 or 3 filters on it to try to make it not look so much like a photo. And sometimes, I mean, it just depends. Like if you're just reading it for the story and you're not going to be like an art critic on it, then does it matter? Probably not. But most of the people that were looking at this stuff together, we would prefer to see people draw stuff. So this looks like a great shot that they gave a lot of love to, and it looks pretty hand drawn. This is the only building that looks weird, but I think it's just the screen tones on it are so effective that it really gave it a quite realistic lighting. Not realistic, but like it looks believable in the book. Yeah, this could totally be Walking Dead in Japan. That would be great. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Yeah, if anyone knows who Team Moon is, let me know. I'd be curious if they ever went on to do another book, or if you know who maybe the lead artist of the group might be. It would be interesting to know, but they're talented for sure. All right, so that's the end of the first. Well, that's the beginning of the first issue. This is the second one, and this is great too. This issue I think I saw almost the whole thing of. But yeah, this is killer. He's gonna find Danny Mickey apparently, without fail. Look for a guy with very long hair and a skateboard and probably inky fingers. That's how you'll find Danny Mickey. This is so cool. Look at that. Man, that is awesome. You don't mess with Hades. Fact. This is great. Yeah, that's really cool. Nice upshot. This is all trippy. This is really good. Even Lady Persephone. And so, man, that's a great drawing. Boo to my OpenGL. it's an arm. It's like kind of was a weird look. Like I was like, what is that? This is really good. You can see the style shifts a little bit here. It's very, very detailed, and then her face is so simple. This is cool too. I know, Kitty. You like the blend also. Yep, this is great, great art. Man, I'm going to probably read this tonight. I'm kind of curious of the story, but I guess if it's no good, let me know if it's worth reading, if anyone's read it. That is cool. Man, that is such a great drawing. This comic is packed full of lovin'. These monsters are cool. Man, this is nuts. Let me see something. That's wild. Look at that. That's that like square zipatone. Or there's no. It looks like there's two passes. Could be a moire pattern being created, but if you can see, these are little like kind of weird geometric shapes. Oh yeah, this is cool. This is right out of He-Man Masters of the Universe. Look at this. Told you this was cool. Told you so. I wouldn't steer you wrong. And by the way, thank you for all the new subs. If anyone's sticking out this video, we're growing really, really well on YouTube, and I appreciate it. So thank you for coming by. Man, that is such a cool panel. There's a couple of really cool drawings coming up. This is almost done though, because this is just two comics. I didn't want to make the video too long. This is nice. It does kind of look like Skeletor's staff at times, or at least like an iteration of it. See, and this is very different, like drawing level of quality than some of the other stuff. This is wild though. Look at that, man. That's so crazy. Man, there's a lot of line work. Holy cow. There's a zipatone over it, but there's a lot of detail. That is dark. Yeah, I need to get these. I like this art enough to actually, I would totally buy these in some sort of fancy version. This is cool. Man, there's some nice drawings. Oh yeah, look at this. Dude, come on. That is so badass. Look at that. Oh, you know, maybe this was the comic. No. Well, wait, let's see. This wasn't the shot that I was thinking of, but now I'm like, what else did I look at last night? Oh my god, look at this. This is like Captain Harlock stuff. I love that too. I need to go through those. That's another one that I stumbled on one night just randomly, like looking through different like manga books, and man, that just blew me away. I was like, this is the shit. I'd seen the Netflix, or what, not Netflix, but you know what I mean, it was on Netflix, the anime, and I was like, this is really cool. Like if they have, like, I would definitely check out a comic. They were quite different, but still both were awesome, at least to me. This is a Padawan manga kaka. Look at that. It's like that crown is so detailed. I like the lighting on that. So it should be fun. I think people will get a kick out of this. This is different. Devilman, Devilman. Refuse me, and I take it before. It's the lettering on this. I mean, obviously it's not the original lettering, but this is so bad. This is so, like, it has no personality at all. But it's fine. It doesn't really matter. But I'm sure the original lettering on it was way better. Yeah, this just looks super uninspired. Lettering's important, you know? I mean, it's art on top of every single page that you draw. And I had mentioned before that Richard Starkings, who's an amazing letterer and also font creator, he offered to make me a custom font for Blaster Kid. So I'm taking him up on that because I had remembered when J. Scott Campbell did Danger Girl, and he did, I think, 3 custom fonts for artists, but he takes your handwriting and then he turns it into a font that you can use, like a comic font. And I remember Jeff drawing like the alphabet multiple times for him in different you know, capitals, lowercase letters, whatever it was, bold, or like pen, and it looked great. And I have pretty nice handwriting, so it should definitely work for me, and it'll be fun, and I think it will look good in the book. So this is all really, really nice. I have these Chinese comics that I don't even know who the artist is, that I'm going to do a video of it at some point, but I have them in book form, and it's probably some of the most detailed and crazy speedline art that I've ever seen. I bought them from a bookstore years ago that was like a library bookstore in sort of like an Asian part of where I live, and we would go up there for lunch sometimes, and then there was a couple of bookstores we would pop into, and they were supposedly for checkout, you know, like you would check them out. And I think I either checked them out and liked them so much that I went back and like begged them to sell them to me or something, but I ended up being able to buy them, and they're great. I think 3 of them, and it's just so crazy. This is a really nice little drawing. They're hard to flip through. I've tried to shoot a video before, but the binding is very tight on them, so it's like you fight with the book the whole time. That's the only downside. Man, these are great pages. Jeez. Love the form of the eye on this. Is really, really nice. Alright, we should be getting towards the end here. Although, it's fine. That's totally Skeletor. Come on, right? This is cool. This is nice, too. Yeah, they must. Clearly, there's a team of people working on it, and different artists are either handling different characters. There's some sort of thing because the styles drift, but it doesn't really bother me that much. This is really cool. I like all these monsters. They're fun. This is cool. Lots of panels on this page too, compared to some. Man, that is so nice. Yeah, some of these pages are a little muddy, but it could be the reproduction scan of it and whatnot. But that's a really, really cool little drawing right there. Anatomy is really cool. Let me go back to that kind of cleaner style. I keep tripping out. I'm like there can't be that many more pages. That is cool. Until Lord Hades, my husband and our king, returns from the dimension of chaos, where he battles the devil. That is really cool too. Those are cool rendering lines. Swirly. I'm gonna check that out. That's really cool. Creepy. Oh man, look at that. That is nice. This is such good art. And what do I always say? If you don't like certain comics, you don't like the way that the art looks, there's a million comics that you haven't seen that are out there that will have something that you like. I'm not saying that you necessarily have to like this, but the point is focus on looking for good stuff. Don't focus on the negative. It'll make your day much more appealing. People love to focus on the negative shit, though. I know what you guys are about. People that like to focus on that. They like to wallow in the struggle. I can see them thumbs down in the video right now. It's okay. It's still interaction on YouTube. Yeah, this was when I was sold. This is about 3 pages into the story. I remember seeing this panel. It was like 5 pages in the story, I think. I was like, okay, I need to start over. This is way cool. It's funny because that last character kind of looked like and Joe Madureira had a character in Battle Chasers that appeared at one point that kind of had that vibe, or it was in one of his things. I think there's just one more. Is that it? Oh yeah, the cover. The cover's pretty cool actually. So anyway, Devilman versus Hades, and yeah, Team Moon. Let me know who that is. I'm very curious. So all right, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day, and I'll be back probably tomorrow. All right, bye.